And we're live!
We're live!
All right, bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. Welcome to this live event. This is my good friend Michael Mataluni is going to help me doing this presentation. And yes, if you can go on the chat and tell me where you're from, I want to greet you and welcome you to come to this. This is the first time I'm doing this presentation, so I hope it's going to go well. The beginning might be very similar to stuff you've seen before, but the whole rest is different. So stay until the end. It's gonna be exciting. You guys are gonna get everybody's gonna get a free copy of my latest book, Photography Essentials. It's a 200-page book. It's a really very visual book. It's got over 100 of my best photo taken in 15 years. It's for every photo I give you which camera I use, which f-stop, which aperture, which ND filter, which shutter speed. And there's so many tricks in this book. It's 4 years in writing. Everybody's going to get the digital version for free if you stay until the end. This is the first time I'm going to use actually the book as a basis for the presentation. So you don't have to take notes. You'll get the book and it'll be good. Anyway, hello, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. And I just wanted to say how much people are enjoying this book. And one of the most important things about the book and the reason why it's so powerful is because it is visually driven and you can actually see the result prior to understanding what the actual individual settings are. So the power of being able to see it and understand what was exactly what was used for it is truly transformational, and people are just getting amazing results with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say hello to a few people. Hello, Mark, Freaky Deaky Dutch. Hello, Sally from Ohio, Jennifer from Maryland, Carlos from Quito, Ecuador, Chris from Suffolk, UK, Milan from Serbia. We have Christopher from Black Forest, Colorado. Ooh, that must be nice. Tim.
I think that's Tim Shields.
That's from Tim Shields. I'm going to talk about you today. Hello, Tim. Stephen, hello, Ken. Okay, a lot of people. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I'm going to get this party started because it's I have quite a few slides to show you. But stay until the end. You're going to get this, and yes, I have a good surprise for everybody. If you already own some of my courses, there's a really cool surprise for you. So I'm going to share my screen right now.
And as you're doing that, Serge, if you're watching this and if you have an idea or a comment or something specific you want to ask Serge at the end, we're going to do a live Q&A at the end of this presentation. So make sure you turn off all your messenger notifications. Make sure you really focus here because we got a lot to cover, a lot to share with you. And we're going to be answering your questions live at the end. So I'm going to be turning off the chat here in just a couple minutes so you guys can focus, and then we'll turn it back on at the end, but make sure you write down any questions that you have.
Awesome. Can you see my screen?
Looks great.
Okay, cool. So this is my first time doing this presentation, and I think it's going to help a lot of people out there because I talk to a lot of photographers, and apparently finding your voice, finding your style seems to be a big issue amongst a lot of photographers, especially beginners or even intermediate for that matter. And I want to tell you how I sort of found my voice. And I have a really cool workflow on this. So it's called Finding Your Voice as a Photographer. I'm going to talk to you about something I've been working on for many, many years called the 02 Pro. I know that a few people already has that. Some people don't know what that is. But everybody's going to get my Photography Essential book, which I just showed on screen. It's this one. There is, you can find it for $29.55 on Amazon. It just got published there, but you're going to get it for free, the digital version, if you stay until the end. You're also going to get my brand new Pro Photography Principle, which is some really cool presets. Basically, I'm going to give you some of my best signature presets. I'm going to get some, which is like what I use for color photos, some of my best profiles. Profiles are what we call LUTs. It's basically stuff that totally changed the color of your photo. And there's a whole training that goes with it, so don't worry. I'm going to give you some of my best guys for free, including videos on how to use them in Luminar or Photoshop. I'm going to give you a good portion of my black and white preset that I've used to do this book, the Paris, and my first new book. It's a $60 book I did about 10 years ago using these presets for free. Everybody gets that for free. You're going to get the crazy day to night presets, a lot of textures, a urban preset, weather brushes. Okay, my goal is to help two types of people. The amateur that wants to become pro. You want to make money with photography and make a living out of it. That's your dream. That's okay. You're at the right place. Or you don't care about money, but you just want to take better photos. You're also at the right place. So that's presentation I do at every masterclass. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Serge Ramelli. This is the part where I'm going to brag a little bit, but I had some very rough beginnings, but now life is better because now I have 621,000 followers on YouTube. I've published 7 coffee table books like this one. That was my Paris, New York, were my first one. That's my first color book here, Venise. You can find them in Barnes & Nobles, at the Fnac in Paris. You can find them at, of course, Amazon and on the web all over. Barcelona is my latest book. I've been published in over 1,000 articles. I work with a lot of magazines. I actually have 2 columns, one in Digital Photography Magazine, one of the biggest magazines in the UK, and the other one is Lightroom Magazine, where I write articles for every month. My work is in 85 galleries around the world now. I've got over 70 photos, and I'm making great money selling my art through the Yellow Corner Network. I've sold $500,000 of fine art photography. Actually, more. This is an old slide. It's probably around 600,000. I just got to check recently. But before 2004, I had never touched a camera in my life. This whole journey started when I was a kid, when I saw for the first time The Return of the Jedi. I was 14 years old, and this movie blew my mind so much because I was a kid. I was a teenager. I was just playing video game. I had no idea what to do with my life. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, maybe I could make movies, take photos, do something artistic. Because everybody at school was talking about that movie, it changed my culture so much. I was like, if I could do something that could help change the culture. Plus, it's a very uplifting movie, I find. But I also had another passion, which was coding. So I first started coding very young. I started coding at the age of 13. I started making money with coding at the age of 17. At 23, I was a dad. And then at 23, 24, I got tired of doing coding. It's been like many years. So I got into sales. I got really successful at sales. But it's funny, as I became successful, I started getting into a bit of a despair because I really wanted, and by now my kids were great, money was great, but I really realized, once you achieve sort of like a financial success, I realized that there was something missing in my life, and it was really art. And I was very much interested into acting and directing and photography. And so I started taking acting lessons. It was really hard because I had really failed actors as teacher, and that didn't help. I was trying to make short movies back in 2000. So now I'm like 34 years old. The kids are big. I've got 4 kids. They're all teenagers. I need 10,000 euros per month just to survive. And I'm desperate. I'm desperate because I feel like I'm going to be 60 years old and I would have not done something artistic with my life. And when I was 34 years old, something happened that changed my life. I went to the Guadeloupe, and that's my friend Kelvin who showed me for the first time Photoshop, because I took this photo of this lady, and he showed me, he says, look at the tourists behind her. I can erase them in Photoshop. I can make her skin better. I can make the clouds better. And this was a huge aha moment in my life, because I realized that until I can figure out how to act, direct movies, I can at least take photos, because that's something I was always very passionate about visuals, And I love computers. So like the idea of using Photoshop and a camera, I thought it was so cool, because the problem with short movies, especially back in 2004, it was really hard. You need actors, you need sets, you need locations, you need so many things. Now I'm a salesman. I'm in Paris, in the nicest city in the world. I can at least take photos and retouch them in Photoshop. But then the whole subject of photography started overwhelming me. What is ISO, exposure, blah, blah, blah. It took me like almost a year to get a sharp photo at night. This is some of my first work. I'm really ashamed to show this to you, but this is the first work that I was kind of proud of, where I shot like Paris by night. And I remember I was so proud of these photos. And there was one point, like I showed these photos to a friend, a professional photographer that was working in our company. And I showed him his photo. Look, I shot Paris by night, and the sky is amazing. Everything is sharp, and it's like really the beauty of Paris. And I felt he didn't like the photos. And he says, yeah, but like all these cars are black. And I said, yeah, but if I have to shoot Paris at night at 2 a.m, yes, the sky is black. And then he starts showing me like beautiful photos of Morocco, like blue hour, golden hour, and sunset, terms I've never heard. And he says, yeah. And I tell him something. I remember very well. I said, yeah, but I shot all the night. If I had to shoot at sunset was like 5 minutes long. I could have maybe taken 1 or 2 photos. And he said, welcome to the world of photography. So I realized, and I guess that's the first thing you need to know, that I realized I knew nothing about the subject. You know, if you want to learn something, don't think you know everything. I knew I didn't know. And so this is like my first sunset. It's awful. That's my first golden hour. It's even more awful. So I went back to shooting daylight, and I really realized that's the key, is learning. Now, I'll tell you how I did learn. And this is something I've never shared before, and because it's a touchy subject, but I really think it's the best way for you to find your voice as an artist. First of all, you got to learn at least 10 minutes per day. No matter what, you got to learn. Honestly, at the beginning, I was doing more than an hour, but 10 minutes is a minimum. Now, how to find your voice as an artist? Well, I'll tell you how I did it and how I think it's a great way to do it. Step number one of finding your voice is find a photographer that you admire. Okay, so for me, when I came in the years 2005, 2006, 2007, when I started getting okay with photography, the first person I admire was Trey Ratcliffe from stocksandcustom.com. Trey is very known for this crazy HDR stuff. You know, I remember seeing that photo of the Eiffel Tower, and I was like, oh my God, look at the colors, they're amazing. And there's like, almost looks like a painting. And I remember I was so obsessed by this photo because this is La Sorbonne in Paris, you know, the famous, it's the famous medicine school. And it's a very famous school. It's hundreds of years old. And I used to work literally on that plaza. There was a hotel that I was working with for my company, and he took that shot like in my hometown. And I was obsessed. Like, how do you do that? You know, this is the History of Museum of Paris that he shot also. And I remember I couldn't sleep. I had to figure out how he did it. And so I did. I studied how he did it. He was using Photomatics back then. I bought all his tutorials, and I trained. And I started doing my own HDR. This is actually a photo I shot with him in New Zealand because I went to one of his workshops. And this is like some of my first HDR work. That's like crazy Los Angeles. That's Paris. Like, it almost looks like a painting. So the first thing that I do is I try to copy, to use the workflow of the artist, to understand what he's doing, right? So that's what I was doing. But then I started like finding my own way of doing that. This is different. This is not HDR. I started doing sky replacement with HDR. So one, you find a mentor. Two, you reverse engineer what he does, how he does it. You buy his tutorials, you study his YouTube videos, you study his, if he's got anything available. And then you try to copy his work. And in that process of you trying to copy his work, you will find your way. Give me another example. So from 2005 to 2010, I was doing crazy HDR, very unnatural looking photo. And in 2010, I went to Las Vegas and I met the gallery of Peter Link. I've never met Peter. I would love to meet him. And my jaw felt on the floor when I saw his work. This is a photo he shot in the Antelope Canyon. He's been selling that photo for $6,000. It's like a Vertorama, and it's called The Lady in the Wind. It's in the Antelope Canyon. You can see it. It looks like a little lady, like if there was a girl. That's how the Indian call it, with the hairs. And I love how he went down. He actually went under the Lady in the Wind and took a panel of that. This is a panel he did at Yosemite, the tunnel view. Beautiful, beautiful work. Now, this is a funny story. This is a photo. I love that photo. Completely by accident, I took a very similar photo in my process of trying to sort of copying. Because you see, the problem is that at this point of time, once I mastered Trey Ratcliffe workflow, a lot of people like my photos, but they were always complaining that it looked, fake. And when I spent a lot of time with Peter Lick Gallery, I went to his gallery in Vegas, and I went to the one in Soho, and I went to the one in Rodeo Drive. The Rodeo Drive is closed, but I don't know with COVID now. But anyway, I love his work. And so now he doesn't have any tutorial. Peter Lick has zero tutorial. You can only buy his prints. So I just looked. I looked how he was retouching. And you can see it's very colorful, but it looks natural. And looking at his work, I made the biggest haha moment of my life. Because my problem is I saw a lot of people were complaining my photo were too saturated. But that was not the issue. The issue is that my saturation, my colors are not right. Like his skies look like a great sunset from Earth. My sky looked like a sunset from planet Mars. So I realized that the problem was not saturation. The problem was was the type of color. That was a huge moment for me. So that's my photo of the same location in the south of France, completely random. I actually saw his after mine. I thought that was kind of cool. And so I started doing this sort of photo where I tried to get less SGR. So that's my photo of the lady in the wind. I didn't want to do like him. I did something different. But you see, always find a mentor, find somebody you like, reverse engineer what he does, okay? Now, that's one of the biggest one I did. This is Ansel Adams. And Ansel Adams has written several books. The first one I read is called The Camera. I'm telling you, this book is so hard to read, you wouldn't believe. And the second one is called The Negative. I read it so you don't have to. It's very technical. Ansel is an amazing photographer. He's a little technical as a teacher, I must say. Plus, back in the day, it was kind of really hard. He's the master of, this very strong black and white that goes from really darkness. And he was doing a lot of dodge and burning. Lots of dodge and burning. His skies are mostly black. And so I studied the books. And what I did is, this is one of his photos of the tunnel view in Yosemite. So that's my version of it. That's his version. That's my version of it. And then that's another version that I did. But you see, while I was trying to copy Ansel Adams, I introduced something he was not doing, which is extreme long exposure. This is a 60-second exposure. Ansel Adams used to go about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. He didn't do the stretchy cloud things. Most of the photos has very clear clouds. There was not super long exposure. So I took his workflow. I learned from him, from the books. And then I introduced my way. And my way was adding long exposure to get like the stretchy cloud, to get the silky water. You see what I did there? So again, find a mentor, study his workflow, copy his work, and in copying, you will find your voice. And if you do that with several people, you're going to end up having the best of different people. Now, this is, for me, the best photographer on the planet I'm about to show you. Eric Almas is hands down. That's the person I want to be when I grow up. For me, the best photographer on the planet. Look at it. This is one of my favorite photos of his. This photo is total perfection to me. It's telling a strong story. It's got a foreground. Look at the clouds, how they are like incredibly dramatic, but almost not there. And the sun is at the right spot. This is something he did for Dubai. I'm such a fan. And so now he does have some tutorials. They're pretty good. They're pretty long. And I bought all his tutorials. And this is another one of him. And this is me trying to do his stuff. Okay. This is me with my daughter. We're trying to sort of copy his style. And then I introduced something else. I did a bit of a different style. I mixed up, like I shot this, my friend Kelvin in studio, and then I did him later on. So I basically, again, I study him. I reverse engineer what he does. And in copying, I found a different way of doing things because this is a different way of what he's doing. So, but there's one thing I see that's common with all the mentors I've had over the times. And there's a few I didn't show you. And this is what I'm going to share to you. There are three things that I see most people is missing. I'm going to go really fast with it. The first one, oh, by the way, this is directly taken from my book. So you don't have to take any notes or anything. You're going to get it from the book. First one is shoot at the right time. I use an app called Sol, S-O-L. You find it on Android Store or App Store. That's what you see on the screen. It's the app. And it tells you when to shoot. So the golden hour is the biggest time when you can shoot. That's the 1 hour before the horizon when the sun is not yet touching the horizon, because that's the sunset. It's about 1 hour. It's very warm. The shadows, are very long. And look at this photo in the afternoon. The photo at the golden hour makes a difference, Or sunrise is like a golden hour. This is a sunrise shot. This is the raw file. You see how I underexposed my photo? And I go much more in detail on the book about that. And this is the result, the retouching version. Sunset is the next time you should shoot. This is a bad sunset at the Louvre. This is a good sunset at the Louvre. This is an afternoon in Paris. This is with sunset. Now, this photo brought me a lot of it was the first photo that I sent to the press and that got published. You can see here on the homepage of this, on the cover of the magazine. This, when I made the cover of this magazine, and that's the over-retouched version, more on this later, it gave me so much confidence. This is when I decided to quit my job and to become a full-time photographer when I made that cover. It gave me like a confidence boost. They not only made the cover, but they made a 5-page article on it and on me. And do you think I would have gotten the cover of the article if I had sent this photo? No, because I sent that photo, I sent all my sunset photo, and they made 5-page article on me. Even more crazy story. Tim Shield, which is, I think, watching now, is a good friend of mine. He was one of my students. He was passing by through Hollywood, and he hit me up on Messenger on Facebook and says, "You don't know me. My name is Tim Shield. I'm one of your students. I was in Death Valley. I'm coming back to Canada. I'm passing through Hollywood. Would you like to shoot the Hollywood sign with me?" And I say, "Yeah, why not?" So we went to shoot it together. That's how it looked when we arrived. And that's how it looked when we left. I added a bit of clouds in Photoshop, but that's pretty much how it looked. And I did a pano, and he showed me like a really cool technique to put it on the fence. Now, life made it in a way that the next day or 2 days after, I got an email from Dare Stevens, a director in Hollywood, a friend of mine who directs movies and does ads. And he said, "You know what? The state of California is looking for a new photo of Hollywood to represent Hollywood in the film market around the world. You should send that photo. I saw it on Facebook. It's really cool." So I sent it, and I won first place. The California Film Commission is pleased to award first place in the category of Best Iconic Landmark to Search Remedy for the 2018 Film in California Photo Contest for the photo Hollywood sign from behind. A month after I won this, they called me, the state of California called me saying, "We have a magazine. Would you like to make the cover?" And I said, "Yes." And that's the cover of the magazine. In fact, this is the magazine. It's a very big magazine. So I also have some photos inside of the magazines. That was my first full cover. I would have never gotten this if I had sent this photo, right? So shooting at the right time is really important. Another time is the blue hour. This is look. This is a daylight photo of Switzerland. This is the same at blue hour. Afternoon, I was scouting, and this is what I got. It's one of my favorite photos of all time. This is boring. This is amazing. Blue hour. Same Paris in the afternoon, Paris in the blue hour. You know, blue hour is, I call this a magic window. It's when the light turns on in the city, but it's not dark yet. I got lucky. I did a 30-second exposure, and I got the clouds were coming toward me, and I got this crazy photo. That's another blue hour shot of Paris. So, you see how I underexpose a lot? Voila. The second secret is composition. My definition of composition is the arrangement of the elements of your photography to convey a message. You're trying to tell a story. And but here's the key. This is how I compose. First, decide what is the story you want to say. 2, what elements in the scene can help you tell that story. 3, what elements needs to be taken out because they don't tell the story. And this is what I have in mind all the time when I compose. So there are a few things that can help you. This is straight from the book, the rule of third. Like you have this rule of third, and you can put the most important elements on the golden points. You see, that's what you see there in blue. For example, look at this. Rule of third grid on top of it. You see how Notre Dame is right there, or how the Sacré-Cœur is right there. This is a church in Paris. A lot of people ask me, when you shoot in Paris, what do you put on top? Like how much sky and how much water do you put? Well, I always answer, whatever is nicer. If the sky is nicer, then put 2/3 of sky, 1/3 of water. If the water is nicer, put 2/3 of water and 1/3 of sky. I thought the water was nicer because if you go to Paris before 7 in the morning, the boats didn't go yet, and so the water is like a mirror. And so another good trick is the leading lines. Check this out. This is a lavender fields in south of France, early morning. And this is a very confusing shot. Now, I just moved 45 degrees. This is more interesting. Confusing, interesting. Leading lines. You see how you have these leading lines going up to the Sacré-Cœur? That's part of the book. You see how you have the leading lines of the street. Leading lines really helps make depth in your photo. The next one is frame in a frame. Frame in a frame, like, check this out. This is an okay photo over retouch from back in the day. And this is the same photo with a frame in a frame. Isn't that more nice? The next point on that I think can help your composition is foreground, middle ground, background. This is probably the hardest point. I spend 90% of my time finding foreground elements. And this is an example of it. This is an incredible view of Paris, but it doesn't have a foreground. I moved 10 feet and I got this as a foreground element. This is so much more interesting than this. Okay. Secret number 3, don't under or over retouch your photos. Just try to communicate the emotion that you saw. So, for example, this is dramatic, but it's still natural. This is over retouched. This is dramatic but naturally retouched. This is how I used to retouch back in the day. This is how I retouch now. Much more natural, but still dramatic. Okay? Dramatic but natural. Dramatic but not natural. Over retouched. All right, guys. So I have something incredible to present to you. Plus, if you already have this, I got a great news for you, so stay tuned. It's called the 0 to Pro. And what it is, it's a training I've been working on for years, because I used to do a lot of courses. And I was like, okay, I got to find a way to take somebody from beginner of photography all the way to become a professional, whether you want to make money or not. And the way I broke this down in different volumes. So volume one is photography basics. I'm going to take you with me in Paris. Now, this is something you can totally skip if you're a more like advanced photographer, but I'm going to take you with me in Paris, and we're going to cover all the basic settings of your camera to get incredible night shots, sunset, golden hour, and really like just, how to get the best out of your camera and how to get really cool photos. It's very important you know your camera settings. It's very important you don't have any misunderstanding on the basics of photography, shutter speed, ISO, how to get a sharp photo by hand, how to get a sharp photo with a tripod. You have to know this by heart, okay? So that's volume one. But again, you can just jump that if you're like very experienced. The volume two, and this one is going to expand. This is an ongoing program. It's called the art of finding the right photo, composition. I'm going to take you with me in Switzerland, and I'm going to show you all the bad photos that I scouted for 2 days before I got the right photo. Because I took so many shots in Switzerland. I wanted to shoot Lauterbrunnen, the Valley of 70 waterfall, and get it really nice. And it took a lot of bad photos before I got to the good photo. And I'm going to walk you through that. It's okay. The next one is called the art of natural drama. So this is that's the photo I was talking about that took me a lot of trial and error to get. And basically, I'm going to show you how you retouch today, which I'm trying to go for natural but dramatic. It's got to look the way, this is how it seemed to me when I was there. So, I have a whole technique I'll show you where I underexpose the photo, but I shoot at 100 ISO and I get everything back. And I use local adjustment to make it perfect. This is like the biggest course of all. And it's going to take you from really mastering Lightroom and Photoshop. But, and this is totally new, this is coming out today, I added a whole new course called Advanced Fine Art with Photoshop. Now, this is for more advanced user, and it's part of this whole journey of training. And basically what it is this kind of photography, which is like, so it's nothing natural. It's not natural. It's super dramatic. It's almost like from a fantasy world, but it's getting a lot of attention on the web, and it's doing extremely well in galleries. I sell a ton of these photos. And I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. I'm going to give you the raw files, how to get these really dramatic photos. And there's also a special project. Look at this. On the left side, you can see there's like at least 40 people in that shot, and there's 3 cars and 1 motorbike. It's the same photo on the right side, but I erased everything. It's a 1-hour course on all the 5 tools you need to be able to erase anything in Photoshop. And then we're going to do this really cool drone shot of Rome. And so if you already have this training, it's free. I'm just going to add it today in your library. And so this is the original photo. I start by adding some clouds. Then I add some color, color and tint. Then I really dodge and burn it. And then I do some final touch. And this is what I get. I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to give you skies that goes with it. I'm going to give you all the raw files and some special actions that's going to help build this kind of photography for you. Then Volume 4 is the art of publishing. In this one, I'm going to walk you through how I printed one of the photos from the course, which is my favorite photo, probably at least my favorite landscape photo, and how I printed the photo, and all the settings to get the best out of your photography. I'm also going to show you how to create a website and how to do SEO, search engine optimization, for your photos, because this is like, for example, I sold a photo for $4,000 to a tea brand. It was a raw file I shot 12 years ago, but they found me through Google Image. All the deals that I got from all my books, they found me on Google Image. The biggest money I ever made was through Google Image. how to get a good SEO on Google Image is what I'm going to cover in volume 4. Volume 5 is all about YouTube. It's a full course if you want to, how to use videos to help your business, and Instagram. Oh my gosh, Instagram. I was an early adopter of Instagram, but I was very bad for 5 years. I went from 0 to 5,000 followers. And then I got coached by 4 different people. They showed me a technique. And when I went from 5,000 to 100,000 in 18 months using that techniques. And it still works today. Also, I'm going to give you, because one of the secret of Instagram is knowing all the feature accounts in the world that matters for your business. So I made a book, and that's part of the training, and I show you how to use it, which is basically, so a feature account is somebody who does not create his own content. He posts your content, and he tags you in it. I've had 2 friends, Emeric Lebar, he had one time-lapse posted by different feature account, got 40,000 subscribers in 2 days. Visual Julius, another friend of mine, told me the story that he had one photo that got him 85,000 followers over 3 days. Getting picked up by feature account is the fastest way to grow on Instagram, but you need to know where they are. So I've been collecting them up for 4 years for you. So you have the name, you have the exact hashtag to use, you have the number of following that they have. If they have special contact, I'll give you the contact. And it's 20 pages, so you have travel, weddings, wildlife, Paris, New York, Europe, color, black and white, portrait. It's all there. It's 4 years in collecting for you. Then the last volume is the art of making money, or the art of getting published. I'm going to go in details on how to make money with hotels, with real estates, with other things like product shop, wedding photography. I'm also going to give you a price list. It's a PSD file that you can edit, and it's got all the prices. Like if you don't know how to sell your photo, I'm going to give you some suggested price for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. And I even made a PSD file that you can edit and just put your name and logo, and you can just export as a PDF. And next time somebody asks you for a price, you can just send that as a catalog. I'm telling you, this is going to boost your sales. And also it's going to answer the good question is, how much should I sell my photo? So that's included. I'm also going to show you how I got the deals in the galleries, how I got published, and what it takes to get a publisher. And this whole course normally is $897. You can check the reviews on this course. They're pretty amazing. I'm not going to bother reading them all. But we have a specialty today. That's including the new Advanced Fine Art course, where you can get it for $197. But before I give you the offer, 2 things. First of all, it's got a 60-day guarantee, which sign up today. I don't care if you don't like, if for any reason, if it's in 59 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes, just let me know and I'll give you your money back. And the only people we refund are people which are not doing the course, especially now that I've got the Advanced Fine Art, the Advanced Photoshop course on this. Also, there is an additional cost where you can join me, and this is amazing. Every Wednesday, I have a special group where people give me their raw files, and I retouch their raw files for them. So they give me the raw files, they give me how they retouch it, and then I go live on the group, and I use my preset to go faster, or sometimes I don't use my preset. I've been doing it for 2 years. I almost never miss it. I really look forward to it. And so it's basically like some really cool coaching I can give you. It normally costs $1,500, and now you are going to be able to come in this group for $100 extra payment. So $197, basically, you're going to get the 02 Pro. So just so you know, the 02 Pro is an evoluting course, meaning that I'm going to add, like, for example, I'm going to go to New York and Boston and different places on the East Coast, and I'm going to add some things to volume 2 on finding the right photo. I just added this morning the Fine Art course. So by paying $197, you're going to get a lot of free upgrades. There might be some paid upgrades at one point if it's really major, but I try to give the best possible value. So it's the best course you can get from me. Even if you own courses from me before, this deal is the best you can get, because our brand new courses with the latest update, the latest version of Photoshop, the latest version of Lightroom. Plus, you can come and I can coach you for the $100. So the good question is, well, before I show this, I want to tell you a story. I think Tim is watching. Tim Shield is one of my students, and he's one of the most awarded photographer I have ever met. He was my best student ever. He got so many awards. He was voted in 2018 best landscape photographer on the planet by Masters International. And here is what he has to say about this training. It's very short, but check this out.
The training that I've received from Serge Remley has been life-changing for me because it has helped transform my photography from being a passionate hobby into a full-time professional landscape photography business. I always watch his videos and his courses right through to the end, and that's how I learn. So if you're sitting on the fence and you're wondering if you should buy one of his courses, I highly recommend that you do. You won't be disappointed. You will learn from him, and it will help take your photography to that next level, to go from good to better or from great to greater. So I highly recommend Serge's courses, and I say thank you, Serge, for helping transform my photography, which has ultimately changed my life.
All right. So Michael, are you here?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So on the right side of your screen, all you got to do is click the yes, I'm ready, and you can get started today. Again, this course has everything you need from the beginning to the end. So if you're just a beginner and you're ready to get started, the beauty of this course is that you get the full behind the scenes walkthrough with Serge. So many courses you just get you see people editing and you don't really get the entire composition sequence. So the beauty of this is that you get the entire composition sequence so you understand everything that goes in to creating that perfect shot. In addition, Serge also shows you the shots that he got that he didn't love, that weren't amazing. It also shows you the shots that he got that he didn't love, that weren't amazing. And the entire process allows you to understand what's great and what's not, so you know what to do and what not to do from the entire composition sequence.
Yes. And, this is something I've been wanting to do. So basically, you can get this price for the next 15 minutes. As again, it's an incredible deal. We're making it at this price. You're going to get for free, if you act now, the new Photoshop course. I've put all my heart into it. It's the best course I've ever done. And, I've studied so many masters, and I'm going to give you all the different things that I find that works. And in that process, you will find your way. I can show you success story after success story after success story. I promise you, this is going to change your mind. Plus, I can't wait to see you every Wednesday so I can see you work and I can coach you and see how you retouch it. That's going to be kind of cool too.
And I just wanted to add, in addition to the Zero to Pro, as you mentioned earlier, you get access to the Facebook Academy. All you got to do when you land on the page is click yes on the one-time offer upgrade to get access to Serge for online coaching once a week. Could you imagine what your photography would look like after having not only the training, the background, the composition, the editing that you're going to get in this course, but also be surrounded and inspired by people who are taking the same course and have the ability to send your raw images to Serge so he can edit those live for you every single week. So you can take a look at what you did. You can take a look at what Serge does and understand, okay, what is the difference? How can I get my photography to be the very best, to speak my voice? And I think that's one of the most powerful things about this process is, yes, we're going to show you how to create the exact same photography, the exact same images as Serge, but by modeling Serge, you're going to be able to develop your own voice and you're going to be able to create the exact photography that you want, that speaks to you, about you, to the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm looking on the chat. There's a few questions I want to answer. So guys, you're going to get a special price for the next 15 minutes. Plus anybody who gets that next 15 minutes is going to get, I'm actually, and this was not planned, but I'm also, because a lot of people love Luminar, I'm going to give everybody the Luminar Masterclass for free if you act in the next 15 minutes. And another surprise for anybody who acts right now, I'm going to throw in another course for you because this is, if you do this right away. So a lot of people, so Lisa asked, how many weeks is a live feedback? It's a lifetime. As long as I can do this, I'll do it. You just pay $100. So when you're going to check out and get the Zero to Pro, you'll have the option to you have the option to add $100, and that's what the coaching is. And it's Lean says, when I go to PayPal, the extra $100 does not get added in. Maybe Richard, you can look into that. Richard is my assistant. He's there. Marjorie says, I'm passionate about sport photography. Do you feel that your style of photography crosses over with the sport world? Yes, it does. It does because I have a lot of things about portrait. And when I see the way Joel Grimes does sport photography or Eric Almas does sport photography, yes, it does. Because when you master the basics of Lightroom and Photoshop, you can do anything really. If you were only doing like fashion photography, the good thing about sport is that it's got a lot of environment, unless you're doing like athletes in studios. But if you're doing like football players, if you're shooting wide, yes. If you're shooting just studio work, no, don't take this. If you only want studio, this is not for you. But if you're outside, it's for you. If you're inside, you'll still get lots of it, but it's more for people going outside.
Yeah, Lars says, I have it, and I can only say it's worth every single penny. Thank you, Serge. Yeah, and again, guys, if you want to get all of the bonuses, everything we talked about here today, make sure you act now. All you got to do is click the button. It'll take you directly to the offer, and you can get that today. But we're only offering all of the bonuses within the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we have some more questions, Serge. Liesl says, Serge's training helped me go pro last year. I highly recommend. I have watched almost all of his live videos in the academy. His feedback on my work has helped me boost my photography to a much higher level. Thank you, Liesl.
Yeah. And yeah, Azzy asked, is this live? Azzy, yes, it is live. Also, Stephen asked, how many student raw files do you edit live? Every Wednesday, I retouch about 20 to 25 photo, and I comment another 20, 25 photo. And it's growing. It's growing.
Yeah, Lisa says, how many weeks is the live feedback?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a lifetime right now. Anybody who gets it now is going to get lifetime. I might sell it as a subscription, and it won't be for you because I always did it what we promised. So if you get it now, you're good. I'm going to also throw in the Lightroom Masterclass, the Luminar Masterclass, and I'm also going to add on there my Seascape Masterclass, which is really cool on top of it. Richard, if you can make sure that everybody gets a Seascape Masterclass today if they buy it. Mirza Jabrit says, do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. A pretty big one, actually. 620,000 followers. Abdel Man says, full Lightroom. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly about Lightroom. I still talk a lot about Photoshop and Luminar, but it's mostly Lightroom. Jennifer says, are the majority of this principle applicable to specific genre of photography, such as urbex? Yes, I mean, especially urbex photography. I actually have a friend who sells urbex photography. He called it like urban discoveries, where he goes into like this. I don't know if that's what you're doing, like this abandoned, sort of like factory, and does like crazy HDR. Totally 100%. I love that style. It actually does really well in gallery.
Mark says, I am part of Serge's program and the Institute of Photography, and I love every single video he does. He's a great teacher. You are not going to regret it. And again, guys, remember, this is an absolutely zero risk opportunity. So if for any reason this is not a perfect fit for you, after 59 days, you can absolutely get your money back. No questions asked. The opportunity here is to elevate your skills from wherever they are now, whether you're a beginner photographer, an intermediate photographer, or even an advanced photographer who wants to improve their business. All you have to do is click the button on the right side of the screen to get started today. You're absolutely not going to regret it. We have so many people who have upped their photography game in so many ways and who are now out there actually in business as photographers, or have improved their Instagram following, or just are happy with the art they're able to hang on their own walls that they did themselves.
Yeah, Ken asked how to get noticed. I think the biggest challenge, if you could give me one tip, is to get noticed. What would that be? Oh, if I have to give you one tip to get noticed, have a strong style. I'll tell you a story. I forgot to tell you, but about 4 years ago, I met one of the designers I hired to work for my company was working for an agency of 10 photographers. It was an agency representing 10 photographers. Each photographer was making about $1 million, each one of them, including David Hill from New York, very famous photographer. And every photographer had only 10 photos to showcase their work, only 10. And you can see right away, like when I look at my feed on Instagram and I see a Trey Ratcliffe, a Scott Kelby, an Eric Almas, an Ansel Adams, Mike Koskowski, a Tim Sheet, I can see right away, oh, that's like, without even looking at the name, because they've got a strong voice. That's why I did this presentation today, because I want you to find, if you do this course, this whole course is made for you to find your voice. do the course, do the step, and you will find your voice. I'm going to give you really the tools you need. Plus, this is an evaluating program. I know a lot of people bought this course today. They're all getting for free the advanced fine art photography Photoshop that I just showed, And so this is really cool.
Solomon says, have you ventured into utilizing Capture One 21?
I have. So not the latest version. It was an older version, and I didn't really see the plus with Lightroom. So I took 10 photos and I retouched them the best I could in Lightroom and the best I could in Capture One. And I didn't really see a big difference. And I just love how Lightroom integrates with Photoshop. So I never vendored into Capture One. People keep telling me it's better than Lightroom. It might be. I just didn't explore it more than that. It was not what I've experienced. But hey, I might be wrong.
Lisa says, can you explain again what is the 197 items on top of what I may have already purchased?
Yeah, so Dan actually asked the same question. I've already purchased just about every course, masterclass, and workflow that Serge has come out with. Why should I consider this one? Well, why? This is the first time I'm selling a course that's evolutive, meaning you got free upgrades. It's not a subscription, it's a one-time payment. For example, I've had the first version, I released it months ago. And people didn't know this, but today in their inbox, they got this whole for free advanced Photoshop course. This is something I've decided. I want to, instead of doing a lot of courses in the next years to come, I want to focus on this one and make it the best possible for you to enjoy. So it's going to be an evaluating course. There might be some paid upgrade, but most of them, at least this year, is going to be free. So why you should consider this? Because this is the first time I go much more, like all the courses I've done before is a lot about retouching. This one is more about finding the photo, finding your voice, how to get noticed as a photographer. That's more the focus of this course. It's got lots of retouching in it, don't get me wrong. But it's all the stuff I've not taught for the last 10 years. So even if you've bought a lot of things from me, you should get this. Because if you're a fan of what I do, you should get this. It's going to make a huge difference. And it's from far the best deal I've done in 10 years. You can get it right now in the next 15 minutes.
Russell says it's the best course. Go for it. Let's see. What about Africa? The environment there is different from yours.
Sorry,
Can you
Tom is saying this is something interesting. So Tom says, I can't purchase. When I enter my email, it shows I already have an account and asks me to log in, but I never get another chance to purchase. So what you have to do, Tom, is you have to log in and you have to come back here and re-click on the offer, and then you will be able to purchase. It's a bit of most of you have accounts on if you're invited here, you have an account. So you have to log in first and then you can purchase. It's a bit tricky, but that's how it goes.
Yep. And you can let us know if you have any questions, specifically tech issues. You can also email us at support@photosurge.com, support@photosurge.com. If you have a specific issue that you're not able to purchase or you're not able to log in, you can always access that through our support system.
So Dan is asking, that's a great question. Dan is asking if I'm considering going the Institute route, is this contain that? So I haven't talked about that, but the Institute is something I created during COVID because usually I do a lot of workshop in Venice, in Paris, and in Tuscany. I was not able to do it because of COVID. So I do like a whole online workshop that costs $1,500. When we're done with this, Mike is going to share with you an opportunity to take an appointment with Sean. Sean is my assistant, and he can get you an Institute. And if you get this 02 Pro, I will deduct it from the price of the Institute if you book a call with Sean right away. And that's going to be at the end. If you want to come and do like an online workshop with me, it's totally okay. It takes about 6 months. What the Institute is, by the way, it is, and anybody who gets a 02 Pro, I will deduct that price from the Institute. Anybody who gets it now. So you can go ahead and get the 02 Pro. But what the Institute is, basically is 33 different assignments. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of small assignments, like do an HDR, do a sunrise photo, do a sunset photo, do a blue hour, golden hour, and you'll get a feedback on every photo. But then what I'll do is let me show you something. I will give you 3 final exams, which is a perfect cityscape, a perfect landscape, and a perfect portrait with a flash in an environment. And once you have done this, and I coach you over and over and over. Some people had to redo 10 times. And I really look at your Instagram. I look where you are, and if it needs to, I don't coach everybody the same way. I look where you are as a photographer, and some people are really good. So They just need that like 10% of improvement. Some people are beginners, they need a lot of work. Anyway, so once you pass the final exam, it takes about 6 months. I'm not going to lie, $1,500. You get a certification from me as a master's in photography. And if you're interested by that, you will have an opportunity to take an appointment with Sean, my assistant. I might be there on a call and we can talk about it. But we'll give this after we've done the sales for this, the 15-minute sales.
And we're starting to wind down this offer. So if you're ready to get started today, and if you want to get all the bonus materials, make sure you take action now. All you got to do is click on the bottom right-hand corner, click that, and go ahead and get started today. If you have any questions, technical questions, feel free to email us at support@photosurge.com. But if you want to get this and all the bonuses, you need to take action within the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Tom says, I followed your instruction, but I still can't purchase. We can discuss it offline if you like. Yeah. If you had troubles, just send me an email at sergeremini@gmail.com. You can write me, sergeremini@gmail.com, and I'll help you purchase. No problem. I usually don't give my email live, but hey, why not? I love talking to photographers all the time.
Pat wants to know, if we buy, do we need to download all these items online? What format are the files?
Oh, no. So you can download if you want, but most of it is streaming. There is tons of raw files. So we made it by sections. You can just download the raw files for the business section, for just what you need.
And we've built the entire system so that you can take it online or offline. So if you have Wi-Fi and then you're going to be traveling later and you want to access everything, you can download it, watch it later. So we've made this so streamlined that you can use it anywhere, anytime, based on your workflow and what you're looking to get out of it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I wish I had this when I started photography. This offer I'm doing today, I have never done. I've never given so much value for so little money. You can get it right now. Plus, anybody who signs up now, you're going to get my digital version of my book. You get a bunch of free presets, but you're going to get also the Seascape Masterclass and the Luminar Masterclass. I'm just going to throw in as a bonus if you act right now.
Yeah. What about Africa? The environment there is different from yours. Can I still use this course?
100%. I'm coaching people in Taiwan, in Africa. I have a lot of people in Johannesburg which are doing this course. So yes. Oh yeah, no problem. No, I just want to show you something just to finish on the Institute. So once you pass everything, which might take a while, you are going to get a diploma, which I want to show on screen. I'm gonna look for it. Just 1 second. Actually, we have a few people here on this webinar which graduated. They can maybe give their testimonial. I don't know. I've seen, I think Liesl is here.
Liesl says, I really enjoyed the Institute. Graduated last year. Serge's feedback really pushed me to get a lot better. And at the end, I had a much stronger portfolio, of which helped me get more sales and more clients. And I think that's one of the biggest, things that people can walk away from this. The goal is not to just make you a better photographer, just to make you a better photographer and get results that you can then use to leverage your photography, build your online profile, build your business if you choose to, or just create beautiful art for yourself and for your family.
Yeah. So hold on, let's help a few people here. Bob says, I'm trying to access my purchase course, but I get a message saying my email is not registered, need help. Okay, if you have any issue on that, yeah, Wolfgang said it's $197 now when I try to buy. Yes, we made the offer for you at $197. You have the option, you should have an option of a bump. Richard, is there an issue on the bump on PayPal? Tell me by text. I'm talking. I know Richard is watching.
Yeah, I just checked it. It looks fine to me, but I'm not sure about the PayPal issue. So you can definitely access the bump, but I'm not sure about the PayPal issue.
Yeah, Steven says I already have the 02 Pro and it is great, so easy to follow, and Serge is so enthusiastic. You're welcome, Steven. And by the way, Steven, so as of today, I'm putting in your library the new Advanced Fine Art with Photoshop because you already have this. Wolfgang, yeah, that's the right price. So Bob, if you bought it and you have trouble accessing, just write to support@photosurge.com. Richard is telling me that the PayPal integration looks good. All right, the offer is going to be almost over, guys. It's crazy today. For the first time, I'm going to give the Luminar Masterclass and the Seascape Masterclass for free on top of that if you get the 02 Pro right now and if you don't wait. This is just to reward you to wait. I understand it's money. Also, don't forget it's a 60 days guarantee, so if really doesn't fit for you, but please give it a chance. Watch the videos. Start doing the exercise. I promise you it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, and a lot of folks will
I'll
say,
tell you something. I'm actually going to do a lifetime guarantee on this. If you do this entire course all the way and every exercise, and it did not explode the way you take photos and explode, I will pay you back. Hands down. It's guaranteed.
Beautiful. Brent wants to know, how can I get the Cityscape Masterclass if he wants the Cityscape Masterclass on its own?
Anybody who buys today this offer Richard, which is watching, is going to credit you also with the Cityscape Masterclass.
Wow.
This is something new where
huge amount of bonuses here, folks. So if you want to get started, we're going to, and these will be gone. These are going to be gone in the next minute or two. So if you're ready to get started, just click the button to get started. And if you are having any technical problems, we're going to hold this deal for you, but you need to email support@PhotoSurge right now. And if you do that, we'll make sure we hold this order and you can still get your bonuses.
Oh yeah. So Jennifer says, I see the new course in my library, but I don't see the book. So the book will give you a different link at the end because the book is for everybody. I promise it, whether you bought it or not, you're getting the book. So it has to be a different link. We'll do this in a few minutes when the offer is done. Leslie says he just purchased. Yeah, a lot of people purchased it today. Guys, I want to say thank you to, I have so many people to thank. JC, DP, Joan. The list is so long. A lot of people got it today. Thank you so much. I hope you're going to enjoy this. This is my life work. Really?
Yeah. Congratulations, Lisa Costello, Brian, Joyce, Joe Listenbean, David Moyer, Joanne Gooder, Howard Barlow, Dan, Phil Stevens. I mean, you guys are opting into an amazing opportunity here. And again, Serge just gave you a lifetime offer. So if you go through every single thing and this doesn't absolutely explode your photography, he's going to give you your money back. But I guarantee you it will, and you won't want it because you're going to walk away with this with an extraordinary new portfolio and an ability to create the kind of art that makes your heart sing. And this is the beauty of what I love about Serge. Not only are you getting the behind the scenes, you're getting everything that he created in the Zero to Pro. He spent 4 months traveling Europe so he could bring you this behind the scenes epic photo shoot so you could understand what it takes to get that right composition and what it takes to not get the right composition. That's just as important. Knowing what not to do, knowing the mistakes that he has made himself so you don't have to. And this is the beauty, because not only are we going to save you money by getting in on this course today, but we're going to save you time. We're going to save you years of pain and suffering. Rather than having to waste your time in the field, you're going to know exactly what you're looking for when you go into the field. And you don't need a ton of hours. You can do this with 10 minutes a day. You can read, you can get on, do a quick module. We've created these modules so they're short and you can get in and watch a 10-minute module, go shoot, come back, edit, and you can do this at your own. It has been great. Additional courses appear in my library. As promised, I added the live coaching as well.
All right. Howard said, I'm not seeing the Luminar in other. Yes, I answered that. That's going to come later on today. Yeah, do you have any other questions? Because we're going to take this offer down in 2 minutes. Get it while you can. I wish I had this when I started 15 years ago. I would have economized thousands and thousands of dollars. I have put all my heart into this course. I mean, the course comes with a price list, like, you know, how much you should price your photos. It comes with 4 years in the making of all the feature accounts. I also show you like all the tricks on how to do an SEO on your photos so you get found. I also show you a really cool trick. If people steal your photo, how you can make money with this. I mean, you know, whether you, I try to have something for everybody in this, you know, and it's evolutive. If you get it now, you will get free upgrades during the year, just like everybody who's here are getting the new Photoshop for free. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to take this offer down in 2 minutes. Where can they get the offer, Mike?
On the bottom right side of the screen, all you got to do is click the button to get started immediately. Click that button and you're going to land on a page that offers you this incredible opportunity for only $197. This is a dramatic reduction in price. It's almost a 90% cut in price, plus all of the bonuses. And if you want to get it in the Facebook Academy, all you got to do is click the button. It's $100 for life, folks. And I just want to congratulate Karen, who just opted in. Lisa, congratulations. You guys are not going to regret this today. This is an amazing opportunity for you to take your art to the next level and get it seen. Get your art out there into the world so you can create more beauty in the world and really get that feedback that you're looking for so you can create and give value and make a difference.
Yeah, so Brent Jones asked, I do not see the Cityscape Masterclass on your side. Is it available? It is, sir. It's going to be available. I got to see with Richard how we can add it to everybody who got it now. It's only for people who is buying it now. if you bought the Cityscape Masterclass, if you bought the Zero to Pro in the past and you want the Cityscape Masterclass for free, write to support@photosearch.com and I'll make sure you get it. But we're going to take this offer down. We're going to leave it on 3 more minutes because a lot of people are getting it. So I'm just afraid you're going to miss it. Oh, I'll give you a trick also. If you need to go get a credit card or something, just click on an offer, leave the page open. As long as it's open, you'll still be able to get this offer.
Absolutely. So I'm going to, so make sure you have the page open. So click on the Yes, I'm Ready button. So you go to the page no matter what. If you're on the fence, just go ahead and click that because I'm going to pull this down. So I'm going to give people access to the link that's going to give them the Photography Essentials ebook free link right now. So I'm going to pull this offer down. So make sure you go ahead and click the link so you have it. And I'm going to go ahead and put up the free gift so you guys can grab it now.
Exactly. All right. So the offer is off, right?
The offer is off and the new claim your free gift offer is up. So all you got to do is click access the free gift and it's going to take you to put in your email address. And remember, if you've ever logged into PhotoSurge before, you need to use the same email address and password that you've logged in before to get access to the Photography Essentials and Photography Principles for free today. You're going to get 8 downloadable tools you can use to put into action right now. You're also going to get a 110-page ebook that Serge showed you at the beginning of this webinar. It's all free. All you got to do is click the link and get started right now.
Yes. And also, so while people are getting the Photography Essential, if you're still on the fence, so if you have questions, if you want to talk to me, or if you really want to have like an online workshop, which is much more advanced, you can come and see if you qualify for the Institute of Photography. It costs $1,500. It takes about 6 months. And again, I repeat what it is. I'm going to give you 33 assignments of things to do in photography. Don't apply if you just want to do fashion photography. But if you do, if you're interested, you really want to have like, you're stuck with COVID and you want to get a master's in photography with me, you can apply for it. I don't take everybody, but if you want to apply, in a couple of minutes, we're going to put a link. It's a special calendar. You can take an appointment with Sean. Sean is my assistant, and he will see if you qualify and if you can get in. So that's going to come right now. Everybody who clicks on the offer can get the free gift. Now, just so you know, everybody who's been here today will get an email with a replay and with the free gift. So even if you don't have time to claim the free gift, you'll get the book by email. We'll give it to you for free as promised.
Yep. And if you don't see it for some reason, if you don't see the offer on the bottom right where it says access my free gift, I also put the link in the comments section. It's in blue. It should be under my name, Michael Manaluni. All you got to do is click the link. It'll take you right there to claim that right now. So you don't want to miss that offer. You don't want to miss that opportunity.
Yeah. Patrick asked, I already have the Zero to Pro training as mentioned by Serge Germany. Could you add the Cityscape Masterclass as well? Best. Yes. Richard
they can just email.
Richard is going to do that. We're going to do that right after. Rabiza says, I cannot see the book. I cannot see the book. Well, just click on the link and it's going to add the book to your library. The link that is right now. Serge, Brent Jones said, thank you, Serge, for being Serge. Always a pleasure. You're an awesome mentor. Well, you're welcome. Guys, we're going to give you the link for the Institute and to take a meeting with my assistant in about 2 minutes. So don't go away. If you're interested in booking a meeting, if you really, photography costs a lot of money, the lens, the cameras, but if you're like me, I spend tens of thousands of dollars in gears over the last 15 years and in workshops, in training. I've done so many workshops. I've paid for so many workshops, but, doing the right workshops can really help. And this Institute is amazing. Plus, if you bought the Zero to Pro today, I'll deduct the price. It's a special offer. If you come and join, don't apply. If your thing is like fashion or wedding photography, don't apply. But if it's cityscape, landscape, wildlife, even like, urban exploration, travel, yes, you can apply. And I cannot take everybody because I am coaching every single final exam. It's me, it's my name on it. And so I coach every day. So anyways,
Again, and so just so you guys know, we're going to be shutting down the 0 to Pro offer for $197 right now. So you're going to get 90% off of this right now if you click on the Yes, I'm Ready button. I just put the link back up for 0 to Pro. So if you want to get in, if you don't want to miss out on these bonuses, if you don't want to miss out on the Photo Surge Academy, if you want to make sure you're improving your photography at the rate and the speed that you want because you're passionate and you're driven, don't miss this opportunity. All you got to do is click the Yes, I'm Ready button now. I'm also going to put that into the comments section as well, in case you're having any difficulty there. And then we're going to put up the, if you're ready to book a session, a free session, we're going to put that link up in just a few seconds. But if you want to get the 0 to Pro right now, all you got to do is click on the link that's up and get started immediately.
And Steven says, I don't see the link to the free book. Don't worry about that, Steven. You're going to get an email with the book because you watched till the end. So we can detect that, and we're going to send you the book. So you're going to get it by email. Also, same thing, Will. How do I get a Seascape bundle? I'm going to see that with Richard, so people have it. And voila.
Beautiful.
Lisa says, I already have this in January. Okay. If something went wrong, guys, just ask support@photosearch.com, and we'll make it right for you. So what offer did you put back on? Oh, so you put back the 0 to Pro offer because some people wanted to have it. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. We just put the 0 to Pro offer back on the screen again. We're going to be shutting this offer down in just the next few seconds. So if you want to get started on this, I also put the link directly in the chat window. You just look at my name and click that link. You're going to see it right there in the comment section or on the bottom right of your screen. All you got to do is click that button to get started right now. All right. So I'm now going to put up the link. If you're ready to book your free coaching session with Serge's team, you're going to speak with Sean, and he's going to get you set up with that free coaching session. If you're trying to figure out what the next step is for your art or for your business, for your photography, and you need to talk to somebody live, we're going to set that up for you. This is an extraordinary opportunity for you to take your art and your business to the next level. Just give me 1 second, and I'm going to put that link up.
Oh, wow. All the offers. That's cool. I can see all the offers. Oh, no. Okay. Schedule a call. So when you click on that, you're going to come to let me show you. Actually, I'm going to show that on my
calendar page.
Yeah, a calendar page. And so Sean and me, we put our available schedule. I won't be on every call, but I might be sometimes. And just book a call if you're interested by the Instant of Photography. If you want to do like a more advanced workshop online, if you want to get a master's in photography, book a call with Sean. You see, he's really cool. He'll tell you if you qualify. And this is, I can't take everybody, but I'll do my best. All right, guys. So I'm just going to take a couple more questions while people schedule a call with Sean. If you have any other questions on photography, on business, on gear, on anything, I'm here for you. I see there's still a lot of people live. So
now's your chance. Don't miss it. All right. Yeah. And just so you guys know, again, on the bottom right corner of the screen and in the comment section, I added a link, and you're going to be able to sign up for that free bonus coaching session. So if you're ready to take your art, your business to the next level, all you got to do is click that link to get started. And then if you're still looking for the 0 to Pro, it's only going to be up for a few more seconds. All you got to do is click the link that I've got in the comment section as well below, called offers.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are kind enough, if you already have everything, I see a lot of people, if you can go on Amazon, just type my name, and you can get the printed copy. It's $29. And if you can leave a review, if you like it, and leave a review, that would mean the world to me. This is 15 years of my life for $29 on Amazon. I only sell it on Amazon or for free here, but that's $29. Just type my name, Serge Remeli, Photography Essential, or Serge Remeli, you'll find it right away. And if you can leave a review, because if you like it, just be an honest review, and I'm sure you will. That'd be nice. Okay, so I hope anybody who is interested to work with me a little more closely to get a master's in photography, to workshop, took a meeting with Sean. Just click the link. I'm guessing he's booking. He's going to book pretty fast. Thank you everybody for coming today. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And I hope you're going to love 0 to Pro. A lot of people got the 0 to Pro today. I hope you're going to love it. And tell me if you did. And if you did, if you think my work helped you, send me an email. Send me like some of your photos. Maybe I do a lot of marketing. I can also That's what I do with my best students. I can showcase, I can share that to Instagram. And, for example, I have got 120,000 followers on Instagram. So you can post a story, tag me on it with like a photo you did using my techniques or my preset. If it's a nice photo, I will reshare it to 120,000 people. It can help you. Anyways, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for coming today. If you had any issue, you paid, you didn't get something, didn't get a book, write to support@photosearch.com and we'll make it right. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.